Hi, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Our topic for today is 3 things to do when you suddenly make huge losses. So this is a continued topic from the previous topic about huge profit. 3 things to do when you suddenly make huge profit. But today we are going to look into the other angle, which is 3 things to do when you suddenly make huge losses. Because we notice that many of the traders, especially beginners, when you suffer huge losses, the way or the action that you have taken, they are totally wrong. So we are going to highlight these 3 things to do when you suddenly make huge losses. So later we are going to discuss in details. Before that, as usual, we need to do a disclaimer. This presentation or this particular video is only meant for education purposes only. There's no buy or sell call. Now, first thing, looking at this chart itself, can you see that our market recently is very volatile? Technically, not much of volatility, but sometimes if you really look into it, can you see that the market, let's say for example, if you long at this particular day, subsequently in less than 4 days, this is 4 days, the market retraced 700 points. Can you see that? 4 days only, 700 points. So the market volatility nowadays is quite common. So that's the reason why we need to discuss about 3 things that you need to do if you suffered huge losses. Because sometimes the gap opening itself is quite taxing as well. Now, can you see this kind of market volatility, 200-300 as usual? When I screenshot, right, for that particular day, it's considered this volatility is low. On that particular day itself, it's more than 300 over points. So you can see that it's not common. If even 100 points, every contract you're already going to suffer 2,500. If 200 points is 5,000, 300 points is 7,500 per contract. So if you're wrong direction, then these are some things that you need to take into consideration. Now, the first thing, if you suffer huge losses, no matter what, you need to do a review. But the problem is this, many of you, when you do a review, you did it in a wrong way. What does this mean? For example, many of you did your review, but the review normally the question that you start to ask yourself is it correct? Did I did it correctly? Yesterday I executed correctly. Should I execute today or not? Actually, when we come to the review, the only question that you need to ask yourself is whether, I repeat, there's only one question that you need to ask yourself. The question is whether do I follow my trading plan or trading system or not. I repeat the statement. There's only one question that you need to ask yourself. Whether do I follow my trading plan or my trading system or not. It's not the time that you start to question whether is it correct or not. Should I execute yesterday or should I execute today or not? Is it right or is it wrong? These are not the question that you should ask yourself. Remember, just ask yourself whether do I follow my trading plan or my trading system or not. Start to question the correct question, not to question the wrong question, because we notice that many of you start to question the wrong question. Some of you start to hesitate and start to change in between overnight. This time I suffered huge losses. Maybe is it because that I'm not suitable to go for overnight? Maybe overnight is not the correct method or not. Then you change to intraday. Then you notice that intraday also suffer huge losses. Then you change back to overnight. So you're going to ding dong in between intraday and overnight. That's why the question that you're going to ask yourself and the review that you need to do is whether do I follow my trading plan or my trading system or not. If I follow my trading plan or trading system, then it's a good thing. You can take. Then nothing for you to bother. You just need to continue. Because if you follow your trading plan, your trading system, you know that trading losses is part of your trading. I repeat, you know that trading losses is part of your trading. You just need to continue. Don't stop, just continue. I repeat, don't stop, you just need to continue. Now, if you really understand very well about your whole trading system, your trading plan, you know that you have your proper risk management, you know what is your maximum drawdown, etc. Losses is just part of it. Huge losses as well is just part and parcel of your trading process. Now, second thing, note 2 is this cooling off period is for those who do not have a proper trading plan, do not have a proper training system, or those who do not have a proper risk management in place, because risk management is part of your training system or part of your training plan. So if you have proper trading system, training plan, then you have a proper risk management system, then you should not you really do not need to experience this cooling off period, because you know that this is part of your trading. This is only part and parcel of your whole trading journey. But for those who do not have a proper training system, those who do not have proper risk management system in place, I will encourage you to take a cooling off period. Why? This cooling off period is very important because many of you tends to revenge. Meaning what? Today, if the market took me 1,000, tomorrow I make sure I take back 2,000 from the market. Trust me, if you are having this kind of revenge, having this kind of emotion, it's very difficult for you to be successful in trading. And with emotion itself, carry your emotion into the trading itself is no. It's definitely a no when it comes to trading. So for those who do not have a proper trading system, those who do not have a proper risk management system, then you need to have a cooling off periods until a periods that when you come back, you forget about what you have lost previously, and you are not going to take it back from the market itself. So you need to have these cooling off periods. Now, even the last one, if you have the first step proper, you have a proper good training system, you have a proper good training plan, you should be able to accept and continue because you understand your system well. It's just like in layman terms, for example, if we know that our husband or even our wife, they have this kind of so-called weakness or this kind of characters that it's not easy for us to accept. But then we already know that with the person itself, we have long with the person itself, we already accept it. Then it's easy for you to accept, then you continue because you know that this is his characters. For example, he likes to angry easily, get agitated easily, but you know that it's only for a while. So it's easy for you to accept because you already know the system well, your husband or your wife well. So the same thing, if you have a very good system, very robust system, and you know very well about your system itself, it's easy for you to accept that losses is only temporary, and this is part of your trading process, and you'll be able to accept and you continue. The most important thing is many of you, if you do not have a very good trading system, you tend not to be able to accept and you are not able to continue in your trading. Then you might stop at certain phases. So just trust me, you just need to accept it, but accept with a condition, meaning that you know what is going to happen and you know how to do your review and you know what to rectify for you to move for you to continue for you to move forward. Okay, so this is the third things. So I just summarize whatever you have learned or what we have covered today. The first thing is you need to do review, but remember, review, ask the correct question, whether you are following your training plan or not, whether you are following your training system or not. If yes, you just need to continue. Now, if you do not have a proper training plan or training system or risk management system, then the second step is you need to take a cooling off period until the day that when you come back, you will never want to revenge against the market itself. You do not want to take back whatever you lost previously. You forget about whatever you already lost previously. Then the third things is you just need to accept and you just need to move forward. That's it. So our topic for today is up to this these particular slides, and please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and remember to on your notification bell, and I'm going to see you in our next session. My name is Ting Ting. Bye bye.